The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it too. The Riviera of the Middle East. This could be so magnificent.
U.S. President Donald Trump's plan for Gaza, calling for Palestinians to leave, dismisses both decades of the enclave's history and the reality on the ground today. A place where, no matter how destroyed, many Palestinians have no desire to live anywhere else. Trump can dream on if he thinks he can displace or expel us, this woman says. Here's some of why Trump's vision for Gaza is drawing so much shock and condemnation.
In the search for solutions, we must not make the problem worse.
It's illegal. It's also immoral.
He thinks he's in Manhattan buying a piece of real estate. What he may not understand, this isn't land, this is the Holy Land.
Gaza is a small strip of land surrounded by Israel, Egypt, and the Mediterranean Sea. Gaza and the occupied West Bank make up the internationally recognized Palestinian territories. Before 15 months of Israel's crushing military offensive, triggered by the deadly Hamas attacks of October 7th, Gaza had a population of more than 2 million. Most of its residents, refugees or descendants of Palestinians who either fled or were forced from their homes in what is now Israel during the 1948 war over Israel's creation. The president's words a deeply painful reminder of that history of displacement, raising the specter it could happen again. We have been fighting displacement for over 76 years, says this man. This is our land. My father and grandfather were from here, this man says. We've got only one option, live or die here.
To uproot those people from what is left of their homeland is not only cruel, but it will absolutely guarantee the perpetuation of conflict and instability for generations.
The White House tried to soften Trump's call for an American takeover, claiming any displacement would be temporary.
The president has not committed to putting boots on the ground in Gaza.
Trump has even tried to paint his plan for Gaza as a humanitarian gesture.
If they had an alternative, they'd much rather not go back to Gaza and live in a beautiful alternative that's safe.
Trump ignoring Palestinian wishes and being accused of calling for ethnic cleansing, the forcible removal of a population from their land, a crime under international law.
Palestinians will be placed in somewhere else where they'll have sunshine and a nice life. I mean, it sounds all very idyllic if it weren't completely untethered from reality.
Gaza is also key to any chance of a two-state solution to the conflict. While it faces massive hurdles to ever becoming a reality, it's long been accepted by the international community as the best hope for peace. That plan calls for the creation of an independent Palestinian state, encompassing Gaza and the West Bank to exist alongside Israel.
We should be talking about how to get to a place where Palestinians will determine their own future in Gaza, as opposed to this bizarre part real estate development, part colonial imperial project.
Trump's comments are also set to embolden Israel's settler movement and far-right politicians eager to reoccupy Gaza. Israel unilaterally withdrew from Gaza in 2005, pulling out settler communities. It then imposed a total blockade supported by Egypt after the Hamas takeover of Gaza shortly after. Some Israelis, like these families surveying Gaza's war-torn landscape, want to create new settlements there, even though they'd be considered illegal under international law.
To most of the world, it sounded like fingernails on a chalkboard, but to Netanyahu's right-wing coalition members, this was Beethoven's Ode to Joy.
And it should not go through.
Trump's proposal has been slammed both as absurd and unworkable, but coming from the most powerful leader on the planet, his words could have deep consequences on a shaky ceasefire now and hopes for stability later.
The Arab states in particular are not going to be full of confidence in the Trump administration and their ability to even to understand the basic elements of the problem.
Base case scenario, this is an icebreaker. Yes, he used a sledgehammer. He shocked us all, but perhaps we can get the conversation going. He's either bonkers or bluffing.